Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the QZ Show. I'm your host, Quinn Puppel, alongside with NFL expert Mateo Zavala, NFL expert Mikey Volpatesta. We are here in Hawaii ahead of the Pro Bowl, which is super early because it's week 12. But yeah,
you were just spectacular about getting there on time. So
I'm trying to get some interviews done, but nobody showed up yet except some NFL experts. But that's about it.
Just a guy, just a man named Quinn.
Yeah, a host of a QZ show named Quinn in Hawaii for the Pro Bowl. But today we're going to go over our Week 12 picks and some more NFL news
while we talk about our picks. So should we start off with the first game of the week, which goes to one of the biggest headlines, Chicago Bears versus Detroit.
I mean, Detroit 0-9-1. They've lost the past couple of Thanksgiving games, but they've been hosting them too. Bears, I know they're struggling, and there's about the players quitting on Matt Nagy, which is probably true.
Well, speaking of Matt Nagy, the rumors have been saying this is Matt Nagy's last game as the Chicago Bears head coach.
I wouldn't be surprised because it might be a little dysfunctional if he's not coaching this game, and they don't want to lose against the Lions. The Lions don't have a win yet. That would just be embarrassing, especially on Thanksgiving.
Especially when Tim Boyle's the starting QB.
Yeah. Jared Goff will not be starting. Andy Dalton will be starting. Also, David Montgomery. I think that offense is going to look a little bit better because Matt Nagy.
Yes, I agree.
Nagy's going to be calling
100%. And the defense is going to play hard.
Yeah. Bears, they're going to upset them.
Chicago by far for me.
Yeah. And do you think this will be Matt Nagy's last game or two?
I think that it will be.
I don't know.
Honestly, it's all based on the performance of the team.
Yeah.
If they play like crap and they barely win, he's gone. If they blow him out, he's staying.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
if they lose.
I don't know. I think he'll be the coach for the rest of the season, and then he'll get fired. But, okay, next game, Raiders at the Cowboys.
Raiders have been struggling, man.
Yeah, they have 3 losses in a row. I told you they're terrible. November and December's coming up.
Yeah, especially the away games, for sure.
Yeah, they had high expectations. When the expectations come, they crumble. John Gruden's not on the team. I know they have a bunch of off-the-field issues because of Ruggs and that other first-round pick that they had.
Mm-hmm.
But they got killed by the Chiefs and the Bengals. Bengals was close, but then they just flat-out sucked in the fourth quarter. Upsetted by the Giants. Derek Carr is starting to struggle a lot. That offense is too. Josh Jacobs is just inconsistent. They just don't have, consistent receivers, except Hunter Renfrow. But now he's just getting 5 catches for 40 yards a game now in those losses. The defense is not stepping up at all. Cowboys, I know they struggled against the Chiefs, but
they're in the comeback hard.
They were not completely healthy. I mean, they had 2 of their starting pass rushers out. Amari Cooper had COVID. CeeDee Lamb had a concussion out of the game. Dak Prescott, he sucked in that game too. That was not their best game, and they were playing at Kansas City. Kansas City had a must-win game, so I expect the Cowboys. Cowboys are hosting too. I expect them to win this game because they have the better-ranked offense and defense.
I agree 100% with that. This Cowboys going to want to retaliate, going to play as hard as ever, and Micah Parsons is going to break out again. He had a phenomenal game last week with 3 sacks.
Yeah.
He's going to have a good game. Trayvon Diggs, hopefully another pick. And,
I think you said. Maybe a pick.
I have Cowboys winning this one.
All right. Bills at the Saints.
Both teams are struggling right now. The Bills, I think, is back-to-back right now for the Bills.
No, they lost. They've lost 3 of their last 5. They're in a 1 game right now.
But they got obliterated by Jonathan Taylor. Absolutely destroyed by Jonathan Taylor. And Kamara, he's deadly as well if healthy. If he plays this game, I feel like New Orleans is just going to feed him. New Orleans is just gonna give him that ball and make sure he scores. That team struggles so much without Kamara. So even though the Bills are gonna be playing hard, I still have the Bills winning this. Even though I feel like the Saints might have a chance, but the Bills, I have a feeling, are gonna win this must-win game.
I agree. Saints have a chance, but the Bills have much better ranked defense. They're first in total yards allowed. Saints are 10th in total yards allowed. I think the offenses, it's the quarterbacks too. Trevor Siemian. I mean, you trust Josh Allen more than Trevor Siemian. I still have faith in the Bills. I mean, they have a couple fluke games. A bunch of good teams have a bunch of fluke games to bad teams this year. And I mean, the Colts, they just
aren't a bad team.
Destroyed the Bills. They're not as bad as we thought they were. At least I thought. And Jonathan Taylor is an MVP right now for me. So I think the Bills, they're going to be fine even after that loss. I think they're going to destroy the Saints because they have a much better offense with Diggs, Josh Allen, and I don't think Kamara is completely healthy too. So I have the Bills winning this one.
And this defense is going to want to retaliate, but this is still a top 5 defense in the league. They're it's pretty much top 10 in every category, top 5 in almost every category. So yeah, I have the Bills winning this by far.
And the Saints lost 3 in a row. I think they're going to lose games, and they lost to the Eagles. They're not that great. Trust me.
Without James Winston.
Falcons, Jacksonville. Yeah.
The Falcons gonna want to bounce back from that heartbreaking loss. They're playing a lot easier defensive team. They play one of the best defenses in the league. Now they play almost the worst in the league.
Two heartbreaking losses. Matt Ryan struggled last week, but he needs to retaliate himself. He needs to fix himself up. I have Atlanta winning this because Jacksonville sucks from what we observed at the Colts game. Make sure you go check out that video. Yeah. I agree. Jacksonville flat out sucks, and it's Trevor Lawrence too. It's the entire team's bad, but Trevor Lawrence is playing garbage football. I mean, Matt Ryan is playing terrible too. The Falcons had 2 bad weeks, but the Jaguars' offense is just ridiculously bad, and James Robinson's playing too. Trevor Lawrence,
he's the only guy.
Well, they also have Marvin Jones playing too, and Trevor Lawrence is playing. Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be a sensation. He's terrible. I mean, they're not scoring that much points. They scored 7 against Seattle, 9 points against the Bills. They got lucky scoring 17 against the Colts, scored 10 against the Niners. They're playing terrible football, terrible scoring football too. And I think Matt Ryan's going to feed Kyle Pitts. I have a feeling Cordell Patterson, even though he's still kind of ruled out right now, I think he's going to play this game.
He will play this game. I have a great feeling about that.
Because Atlanta's trying to get that playoff spot because the NFC number 7 seed is still kind of wide open for those crappy teams. And it's all guys with like the same record, 4-6, 5-5 right now. Atlanta has a chance. And Jacksonville, their offense ranked 27th. I mean, Atlanta's ranked 30th.
Yeah, they're both not good teams, but
I trust Atlanta more. Yeah, Atlanta. Jets at the Texans.
I can't believe two of the worst teams are going to be going at it. Zach Wilson is probably going to be back for this game. Both these teams are god-awful. Well, in their news, Philip Lindsay got cut. That was a very, very surprising news to me. Yeah. Philip Lindsay was the best back in that team.
And they didn't really use him.
Yeah. Our Texans, fantastic move. But Jets are missing Michael Carter, but Zach Wilson will be back. Tevin Coleman will pick up the load, hopefully. And I feel like the Jets are going to do what Jets do and suck. And I have Tyrod Taylor being the MVP of the game. Texans winning this back-to-back games.
I agree. I think the Texans will win this back-to-back games. I mean, both teams are terrible. I would have said the Jets would have won this if Joe Flacco was starting.
You and your Joe Quinn, we are not in the past.
I know, we're not. We're not in the past. I know. It's the future, Mateo. Joe Flacco is
it's the present.
Thinking about the present and the future. But Zach Wilson, he's got terrible stats this season. He had that one lucky win against the Titans. We've seen him struggle against the Patriots and other teams. He's going to struggle against this team. It's going to be a close game, though. He's not going to play that bad, but he's going to struggle, and the Jets will find a way to lose. And I think the Texans will put up a bunch of points because the Jets have given up so many points to a lot of teams this season. They've given up 50 plus to the Pats once, 45 to the Bills. They give up a lot of points against the Dolphins.
Yeah, not good.
And the Colts 45. I think they're going to give up a lot of points in this one. Tyrod Taylor, he's going to bounce back in this.
All right.
Titans at the Patriots. Yeah.
This is going to be a good game. Patriots are red hot. Titans lost to the Texans. That's not good for them. But New England, I have a great feeling New England's defense is going to step up again. Very, very sad news. Tennessee has cut/waived Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
It's sad, but the team's going to go crazy. The Patriots defense is fantastic. The offense is starting to click. I like the running back by committee they have with Brandon Bolden, Renate Stevenson, and Damian Harris. They are all average. Damian Harris, Renate Stevenson, averaging over 5 yards per carry. Great defense against a not so good Tennessee defense, but they're fourth against the rush. But they need to start using their weapons this game, and Tennessee is not good against the pass. So I have Patriots winning this one.
I agree. I think the Patriots will win this as well. Their game plan is winning every single game. All they have to do, like I said, dink and dunk Mac Jones to his wide receivers and running backs. They run out the clock a lot with their running backs by committee, and their defense makes plays. They've won 5 in a row. The Titans are not a bad team, too. Titans are going to put up a fight. Mike Vrabel, he's a good coach against Bill Belichick. I believe last time they played, the Titans won. They did. The Titans won 20-13 in that playoff game, I believe. Tom Brady was playing. And Titans, they're not a bad team, even though they did lose to the Texans. That was a fluke game. Like I said, a lot of good teams this season have those fluke games to bad teams. I don't know why, but I have the Titans might have it might be close, but I could see the Patriots blowing them out because obviously Derrick Henry's not playing for the year, and AJ Brown's kind of hurt. Julio Jones, I don't think he's going to play either. I think Tannehill's going to struggle, throw a bunch of picks against the Pats. So you know what? I do have the Pats kind of destroying the Titans because the Titans have a hurt offense right now. All right. Eagles at the Giants.
New York, another news, New York just fired Jason Garrett. He's gone. Yeah. Philly has been playing pretty dang good, second in the league in rushing yards per game. Jalen Hurts, he's not so good with the pass, but he's good with his feet. And he's been being smarter with the ball. He's still learning. But I have Philly winning this because Philly, I feel like their defense is going to shut down Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones is gruesome, horrible. I have Philly winning this.
I feel like Philly's defense is going to shut down the Giants' offense. Their offense is bad. Even though Jason Garrett was a bad play caller, I feel like their offensive play calling will still be bad and the performance will still be just as bad. They have Freddie Kitchens is going to be the offensive play caller. He was the head coach of the Browns. He called some good games, but he was inconsistent because he was a new head coach. Philly has been playing awesome, though. I mean, Jalen Hurts is getting better as a game manager throughout the games. I mean, he had he was padding his stats a lot early this season with passing, but I mean, the running game's doing good for the Eagles. They're killing clock and they're moving the ball. I trust their offense and defense more than the Giants. The Giants, this is another lost season for them, but the Eagles, this is a game to fight for, and they're looking for that 7th seed. They have a pretty good chance, so I have the Eagles winning this. All right, Steelers at the Bengals.
This is another tough game, but TJ Watt should be back for this game. The Steelers they're missing TJ Watt a lot in their past game, and
they missed a couple defensive guys.
But Cincinnati's gonna want to bounce back from the heartbreaking from their.
Well, they just won.
I didn't finish from their. Oh. I think they lost them at the first game this year.
No, they beat the Steelers 24-7 this year.
Oh, so it's
okay.
But still, they're need a. Sorry for my bad knowledge, but since he's gonna want to take back that AFC North, they want to take the top seed in that. So if the Ravens lose and they win, they take back the top seed. And this I have Bengals going in this because the Steelers' offense is horrible, and the Bengals' defense is quite underrated. So I feel like they're gonna lock down Big Ben and Najee Harris and Deontay Johnson because they have a good secondary. Bengals win this.
You know what, Tail? I think we have everything's like the same picks so far for you and me.
We do.
The Bengals winning this game too. The Steelers are getting weaker. They look bad. Their defense is getting weaker too, and that's their main specialty.
Because their back hurts from carrying.
TJ Watt is getting hurt, and a bunch of other starters is getting hurt too. Roethlisberger, he's starting to fold again. That offense is looking terrible. They've lost. Well, they haven't won. Well, they lost one in a row, but they should have never tied the Lions. That was ridiculous that they did. I think the Steelers are going to fold in November and December. I think that Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow connection is going to be huge in this game. It was huge in the last game they played. Like I said, they beat the Steelers 24-7 this year. It wasn't even close at all. I mean, the Steelers offense looked terrible in that game, and it was at Heinz Field. Like you said, their defense and offense is underrated, and they're just ranked better than the Steelers and the Steelers offense and defense on both sides. So I have the Bengals winning. Buccaneers at the Colts. Very curious what your pick is for this one.
Buccaneers finally got a win off their 2-game losing streak off their bye week, and Indianapolis has been literal on fire, playing phenomenal. Jonathan Taylor, MVP candidate this year. High chance. He's been playing very, very good, taking over that offense. And Carson Wentz is doing his job. He's being that game manager that the Colts needed. He's fitting the role good right now. He's being a lot smarter this year with the ball. And Tom Brady, he's very good. This offense is phenomenal as well. The Colts are going to struggle because they struggle with the secondary, but I don't know. I picked the Colts
yawning on the QZ show.
I'm sorry. Because the Colts are getting the Colts are getting slept on. I have the Colts winning this.
Wow.
I said last week. Guess what? I said they're gonna blow out the Bills last week, and guess what? It happened.
You're right.
But they're gonna barely beat the Colts. They're gonna barely beat the Bucs this week. I have the Colts winning this.
That's good. You know what was kind of weird is I thought you were going to pick the Bucs in this one, but I actually am also going to pick the Colts. What a coincidence! I mean, earlier this season, I feel like they were using Carson Wentz. It was going to be an all-passing game, but since Jonathan Taylor is playing like a stud in rushing and receiving, they changed the format of their offense to just be all Jonathan Taylor, and he is an MVP now. I have him ahead of Tom Brady because Tom Brady is just padding his stats in the fourth quarter, dinking and dunking. Overrated, in my opinion. Both these teams are good, though. Both these teams are good. Both offense and defenses are good. But I feel like the Colts are going to run out the clock a lot because they're going to use Jonathan Taylor a lot in this game. And I don't think the Bucs defense is going to shut that down. They've kind of been struggling. I know they're number one against the rushing defense this year, but I think they will struggle to shut down Jonathan Taylor. I think the Colts are going to do kind of a running back by committing this game to fool the Buccaneers defense. Carson Wentz is going to make some plays. And like you said, they upsetted a couple teams this season. They killed the Bills. I did not expect that.
And I said that last video.
You did. And I mean, the Bucs, they are beatable. The Bucs are beatable. The Bucs did get a big victory against the Giants that they needed, but it was the Giants. Giants are terrible. They lost to the football team and the Saints. So I have the Bucs. I mean, I have the Colts in this one. I think they're going to use Jonathan Taylor a lot. So Colts in this. Panthers at the Dolphins.
Newton unleashed.
We said that last week and they lost.
Who cares? Newton played good.
He played good.
He played better than expected. Way better than I thought.
I agree.
He played very, very good. Played way better than Sam Darnold. Newton, he's playing a lot easier team. Miami, they're struggling. They barely beat they're beating bad teams.
Well, they beat the Ravens.
Besides that.
Okay. You keep going. Sorry.
Carolina is going to shut down the receiver, shut down Jalen Waddle, and they suck against the rushing game. They always do that wildcat BS. They don't need to. Mm-hmm. And Newton's going to take over this game because he is back, baby. I have Carolina winning this. Tua, he's playing good, but Newton is MVP of the game.
You know, I think I would have picked Carolina to win this game if they won last week, but they didn't. Newton played good. He played what I expected, maybe a little bit better than I expected. I mean, obviously that game was a lot closer with him starting than if PJ Walker and Sam Darnold play that game, it would not have been close. But he had a chance to win the game, and they didn't last week. They got shut down on that 4th down conversion. Dolphins have been playing good football. They've won 3 in a row, and they don't have a bad roster. Their defense, I think their defense is going to shut down the Panthers' offense a little bit. I think Newton's going to struggle in this game because of those corners. I don't think he could throw the deep ball as he used to. He can make some plays, but I don't think he got a deep ball threat again.
Quinn's having technical difficulties.
Tua's been playing good too. Tua on that offense, and Myles Gaskins. I think make some plays. I think this. You guys not.
If we can hear you fine, Quinn. You're just lagging a little bit.
Oh. What did you not hear?
No, we heard it, but.
All right. So, like I said,
Okay, Quinn, you're lagging out, but what Quinn wanting to say is that Tua has been playing good, and this Miami team has been playing solid the past couple games. Their defense has stepped up. Quinn, how did that sound?
That sounded good. Can you guys still not hear me?
Now it's been better.
Okay. Yeah, I have Dolphins winning. Chargers at the Broncos.
Dude, the Chargers are great, and the Denver Broncos are pretenders. And this defense is still really, really good against the Pats. Maybe a Melvin Gordon revenge game ? Never know, but
no chance.
Cortland Sutton just signed his big deal. It's 4 years, $60 million, and if Denver wants to win this, they have to use the rush game because they're not going to get it down on the pass. But Justin Herbert he's playing like a top 10 quarterback in this league. I have Chargers winning this. Chargers are going to do some big damage to them. Chargers are the real deal.
I agree. Chargers. I mean, they showed a lot against Pittsburgh last week. They scored 1, and they were about to blow that game too. But Mike Williams and Justin Herbert came in clutch at the end. Chargers did lose a couple games this season, a couple close ones, but they played contenders, like contenders this season. Broncos have been super inconsistent this year. They beat some contenders, but Broncos are not that. Teddy Bridgewater as a starter. That offense is so inconsistent. They do have a great defense, though. Chargers, on the other hand, also have a good defense. Even though they're ranked 17th in total yards, I think their defense is much better than that. What's it called? Obviously the Chargers have a way better offense. Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Evans and Jared Cook. They just got a loaded offense. I mean, the Broncos kind of have a loaded offense too, but they're just not using their weapons. I think it's the quarterback and the play calling. So I have the Chargers winning this because they're the better team and they have the better play calling at the end of the game, better coaching. Vikings at the Niners.
Niners have been playing very, very well. So have the Minnesota Vikings. Those teams have been playing very, very well. It's going to be a tough one. Vikings got a nice upset, and the 49ers defense has been playing very, very well. The offense has been clicking. You know what? I have the Niners winning this. Minnesota's going to do what they always do, play good and play crap.
Minnesota's going to play good. I think it's going to be a close game because it's at San Francisco, and the Niners need this to stay in the playoff chase. I think the Niners are going to win this. I think Kyle Shanahan's going to call a good game, and it's a must win. I still think they have a Super Bowl chance because I had them, going to the Super Bowl this year and winning it. But I think they're going to call a good game. So are the Vikings, but I think the Niners are going to get the upset in this one. So Niners.
Yes.
Rams at the Packers.
Rams have been struggling. Matt Stafford has been struggling. He's playing like Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Bay came out like a big loss, and they're going to come show them who they are, show who the Green Bay is. Aaron Rodgers is not going to stop. He's going to go off. Matthew Stafford's going to struggle. Packers defense has stepped up incredibly these past couple of games. I have Green Bay winning this.
I believe the Packers defense is going to step up against Rams. I think the Rams are kind of overrated because of all those star power they have, and they do keep losing games.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford is starting to struggle. I think Stafford's going to kind of bounce back in this one, but I think he'll throw a turnover, maybe two, and I think Rodgers is going to run out the clock, and that's how they're going to beat the Rams. Normally, Rodgers owns Sean McVay and the Rams the past couple of contests they played, and I think he's going to own them again. And they have to bounce back after that Vikings loss to try to get that number one seed. So I have the Packers winning this. All right, Browns at the Ravens.
The Browns have been – Baker Mayfield has been playing through a crap ton of injuries. That man just needs to take a break. He needs to relax. Lamar hopefully is back. Ravens got a lucky win over Chicago. And Lamar better play. This team needs Lamar because this is a lot tougher opponent on the offensive side of the ball than Chicago. So if it all depends on Lamar's health for me. I have a feeling Lamar's going to play. I have Baltimore winning this because Baker's going to struggle again because Baker's just injured. He has been making the smartest decisions.
I agree. I think Lamar Jackson's going to come back in this game and start. The fans and some players are kind of not. Baker Mayfield's kind of like burning some bridges with some fans and players on the field. And I think their offense is struggling too. I mean, it was embarrassing how they barely beat the Lions.
Yeah.
And he's playing through all those bad injuries. I think he should be benched, and Case Keenum should play the rest of the season because of how bad his injuries are. But I think Lamar Jackson and that offense is the better team. So I have the Ravens winning. All right, Seahawks at Washington. That's the game.
Seattle's struggling. Wilson is struggling right now. I feel like he came back way too early from his injury. I feel like he's still recovering. This team needs to figure out what they need to do with the running game because Chris Carson's out and kind of doing like a running back by committee right now with Alex Collins, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer, and one other person, Rashard Penny. And Washington came out off a big win against the Cam Newton-led team. I have Washington winning this because I feel like they're the better team right now, better team overall. Heineke has been playing like a good game manager. I have Washington winning this.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke's playing way better football now in those last two games after beating. They won 2 in a row. He played an excellent game against the Panthers as well. And Seahawks, they've struggled the past 2 games with Wilson playing. He got shut out against the Packers, and he flat out lost at home against the Cardinals with Colt McCoy starting quarterback. I think it's a lost season for the Seahawks. I think they're quitting on Pete Carroll. I think Russell Wilson's kind of quitting on Pete Carroll, and this is probably going to be Wilson's last season as a Seahawk, and they're going to suck in this Monday Night Football game. So I have the football team winning.
All right. And that's going to do it for tonight's show. Don't forget to subscribe to us, share the video, and don't forget to message us a photo about like how you like, comment, and that you're subscribed for the Pittman package. So you get the Pittman sign ball and the Mr. Pittman shirt. And happy Thanksgiving to you all. Eat some turkey, eat some mac and cheese. Quinn, what's your favorite Thanksgiving meal? Thanksgiving dish?
I would have to say corn casserole.
Oh, that's a good one. I like the turkey. Just that's what it's all about. I love the taste of turkey, a nice, juicy, buttery turkey. And yeah, that's going to be it for tonight.
Whoa. What's Mikey's favorite
dish?
Don't skip out the Mikey. Come on. Mike. There we go.
My man, my Italian man. Okay. We heard what Mike loves. And that's going to be it for tonight's show. You guys all have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy some food. Enjoy some football. Hopefully Matt Nagy gets fired. Heck yeah. All right. Have a good night. Peace out. Mikey, you look comfy.
You can't be my guest.
Hi. I have some opinions about football.
Why don't you take?
How many touchdown passes does Ben Roethlisberger have this season?
Not as many as he should have.
My goodness.
Who's
That's
on
gonna
here?
make the cut.
It's
I
Mateo.
miss them.
Mikey.
Mikey. Hi, guys.
Yeah, QZ show in Hawaii.